Hey people, welcome back to Film Read. My 600-Pound Life was a show filled with surprises, and if you wish to see scenes that went way over the top, then here is the list of the top 7. But before we begin, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so that you don't miss out. Alright, now let's begin. Number 7. Jean demanding a soda. When Jean was traveling with her mother for the first time to be examined by Dr. Now, she begged her mother to take a break on the lane. She didn't beg her mother to stop the car because she needed to stretch her legs or walk around a bit, but because she wanted to get a drink, the larger size sugary drink. She blamed her craving on the fact that she needed sugar to relax her nerves. Regardless of what she did, Jean regretted the fact that other people continued to stare at her. The thing is, if she was genuinely seeking assistance, she should have at least attempted self-control on her way there. Number 6. Christina. Christina was unable to lose weight adequately because she was constantly eating much more calories than she was meant to due to her family's constant feeding of her large quantities of foods, the majority of which were fast foods. Christina once speculated to Dr. Now that she was drinking a lot of water and that this was making her heavier. But Dr. Now denied this assertion by stating that she would need to drink 300 gallons of water to do so. When speaking with Christina and her family, it was discovered that she had been eating a 7,000 calorie diet and that her family, which included her boyfriend and mother, had been allowing her to do so. As a result, Dr. Now admitted her to the hospital to ensure that her food intake was closely monitored. Imagine having to deal with a family that is willing to assist you in your misery. Number 5. Betty Jo and her husband. Betty Jo and her husband awaited her gastric bypass surgery, and she was overwhelmed with joy just as Dr. Now had told her. However, not everything in life is as easy as that. Betty Jo's husband had concerns about her having surgery because it would mean he would no longer be her primary caregiver, effectively turning her into an independent woman. The news left her husband clearly disappointed, and he even started complaining about it. It's one thing to be arrogant, but it's quite another to have the audacity to talk about it on television. Number 4. Shanae and Dr. Now's faith. If Dr. Now is one of the few doctors on the planet who personally operates on patients like Shanae, you don't have a choice but to compromise with them on minor details. Shanae, on the other hand, seemed to be unconcerned about this fact at first. Her main concern was if doctors still believed in God, as if believing in him would help her surgical procedures. She believed that being overweight and getting gastric surgery were both part of God's plan. Anyone with such a medical condition obviously does not have enough time to decide whether or not to have an operation in the first place. It seems that certain people are simply undeserving of the positive things that come their way in life. In this case, Dr. Now's help. Number 3. Lisa Fleming. Lisa Fleming's tale began oddly enough, with her young daughter finding literal maggots in her folds of her skin. The episode featuring her premiered during the show's 6th season. Lisa had been gaining weight since she was a teenager, and her condition had gotten worse after witnessing her brother's murder. She did lose about 200 pounds while shooting the show, but it's possible that it wasn't enough for her health because her body stopped working. Her death occurred in her Texas home, and the cause of death has yet to be determined, leaving her family in mourning. Number 2. Stephen and his addiction to painkiller medications. His controversial conduct caught the attention of the viewers when he was seen trying to take advantage of Dr. Now and the other doctors in order to have his painkillers restocked. His obsession with disobeying Dr. Now's orders, as well as his unwavering arrogance, earned him a reputation. He was seen arriving at the hospital in an ambulance to get his prescription medicine refilled. Since then, several hospitals were informed about Stephen's attempts to take advantage of doctors and pharmacists by giving him pain-killing drugs regardless of his actions. Number 1. Zaylen's husband and his fetish for fat women. Her husband raised the question, if you can have a steak, why would you settle for a hot dog? By contrasting slimmer people to hot dogs and larger people to steaks. And he did it while being filmed and interviewed. Imagine what he would suggest if he wasn't being filmed and broadcasted on television. Despite the personal setbacks and possible health risks that Zaylen's condition raised, what mattered most to Zaylen's husband was that he had fulfilled his fetish for overweight people. Thankfully, she was able to leave her husband in order to find a better future for her daughter and live a life where she could be there for her. These scenes were hard to watch if you ask me. Too much drama, too much. And that brings us to the end of our video. We hope you guys enjoyed it. If you haven't liked the video yet, it's not too late. Give it a thumbs up. We'll see you soon in another video.